Glad you guys came for tea today, but what I was sharing with you earlier was when my daughter was born, right? You know how you have this cute, healthy little baby and everything is supposed to be perfect. And then they come and tell you your child has sickle cell anemia. And you don't know what it is. Like me, I didn't know what it was. You know, I really didn't even know anyone that had it either. And so it's like a part of you is in denial because your child looks so cute, fat and healthy. And then they say, look out for the swollen hands and feet.
For me, I found out with Nat, about 2 weeks old, they called me and told me the newborn screening came back positive. So I had to bring her in for further testing. And when I brought her in, it was like the most traumatizing experience of my life. I knew it was traumatizing for her because they strapped her down to this table so that they can draw blood from her vein, 2 weeks old. And yeah, it was very traumatizing, but then that's when it was conclusive that she did have sickle cell and started her, like she was saying, on PenVK. And her first crisis, she was about 5 months old. We're warrior moms and we gotta be there for our babies.
You know, sickle cell can be very sneaky. You can be fine 1 minute and then full-blown crisis the next. What sticks out the most is when my daughter had acute chest syndrome, and it started off with pneumonia. And here's the thing, she was not sick, had no fever or anything. I just heard like a wheezing sound. When they went, they did the chest x-ray and both of her lungs were filled up with fluids, and we went immediately to ICU. She had tachycardia, where the heart rate jumped up to like, I think like 150. So that's what sticks out to me, because that was very, very scary, because I really thought that I could lose her.
My most traumatic situation was when me and my son both went into crisis at the same time. When we both were in the ER at the same time, and having doctors going from adult ER to pediatric ER to get me to sign off on what medications and his treatment. And it was traumatizing for me because I couldn't be in the room with them. And you want to oversee, when you have a warrior, you want to oversee what the doctors are doing. You don't want your child in the room by themselves with just a bunch of people sticking and probing. And it was hard for me to realize that this wasn't going to be the last time.
Wow.
When I found out my son had sickle cell, I was at work, and I was he was 2 months old. So the test that they take to determine sickle cell, they lost it. So he had to get it redone. And I found out when he was 2 months old at work, and I was in the stairwell bawling when I found out that he had sickle cell. Because I knew what it meant, but I didn't have anyone in my immediate family that had sickle cell. I just knew what sickle cell was, you know? So I just did not want that for him.
Wow. So you at work and they called you?
I was at work. My doctor called me and I was being optimistic and okay, they're just gonna tell me the results came back and he was gonna be fine. But no, he had sickle cell, and immediately we went to see the hematologist and started him on penicillin.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah. So to hear that you have to have your child on penicillin until they're 5.
Right.
You know?
So 6.
Really?
Yeah. And it was a while ago.
First time she was in the hospital, it was due to a fever. It wasn't pain. She was a year and a half, and it was 2 days before her birthday, which she was born on Thanksgiving.
I'm glad we met each other so we can be there for each other.
Thank you.
Okay.